Ooh, hello, you are here just in time. So hi, hello, hee and welcome. It is Oto Monday, and as per our past few weeks, we are back for, fictional men. Yes, and welcomed. Hell yeah. So... immediately drawing a blank on what happened last week, even though I just knew what it was. Soft boys are the best. But tonight we're here for problematic boys. Because this bitch Gretel. Just saying. Gretel's a problem. But he's so cute. I don't remember where I left off or what was happening. I'm drawing an immediate blank. What's a soft boy without severe psychological issues? You know what? You know, I'll take that. That is a valid point. I support that. That's a good point. You gotta get the soft from somewhere. There's gotta be a trade-off. Some equivalent exchange, if you may. Was this where I left off? Oh, okay. I did the thing where I saved and then didn't let the scene end. Okay. So apparently last time I was talking with Wolfie. Once we arrived at college, I followed my usual routine. Go to class, eat lunch, and leave as soon as my lecture was over. Or last lecture was over. Not my lecture. I wasn't the one lecturing, but, you know, a girl can dream. Then I went to Gretel's community college and waited outside the front gates for him. But that day... Uh-oh. Oh no, is there trouble? A group of male students approached me. How can I help you? I greeted them with a smile, but internally I was on guard and ready to stab. Why, you ask? Because everything about their appearance screamed delinquent, from their messy uniforms to their brightly dyed hair. I have brightly dyed hair. Does that mean I'm a delinquent? They sneered at me as they looked me up and down. Who is asking? I mean, yep, that's me, haha. I had a feeling I knew where this was going. Or, well, I knew it was coming. I need to, where's my gains? I need to turn that down. Okay, I think that's good. I turn it up because of the way I sit for Final Fantasy. Okay, there we go. Because I sit further away from the mic when I play Final Fantasy, so. Oops. Anyways. I knew where this was going. Yankee boys! If one of them is not wearing the cliche Yankee long skirt, then I don't want anything to do with them. Because one of them needs to wear the girl's uniform. I'm just saying. Break the gender norms. Oh, no comment. I think I remember conversation where we discussed that Gretel's not supposed to know? But I could hear the laughter in their voices. Dang punks. Did you ask him that too? Huh? You heard me. Answer the question. Did I fucking stutter? I continued to smile brightly, but my tone was firm, letting them know I meant business. Evidently, they expected me to get more flustered than this because they seemed to panic.
言ったら何かまずいんですか?
A third boy joined the conversation. I'll punch you in the face, that's what! I swung a punch into empty air as a warning. Hi-ya! Younger than me or not, I wasn't going to offer them a shred of mercy. Not that violence was the answer, but it was the answer. But surely I could get away with an empty threat. At this, the boys burst out laughing. I would have actually just punched them to make a point. For a moment, I actually considered actually punching them, but I held myself back. No, do it, though. Violence is usually the answer in these games. It didn't matter if they wanted to laugh and poke fun at me, but at this rate, Gretel would be impacted too. Hey, you.
Huh?
I addressed the boy who had originally called out to me. I figured he was probably the leader of the group. Come here a sec. I donned a smile and beckoned to him, not that I just threatened to punch him a minute ago. He looked at me cautiously, so I grabbed him by the hand and pulled him close. Look deep into my eyes. As he squinted at me dubiously, I cupped his face in both hands, holding his head firmly in place. He struggled to pull himself away, but I stomped down on his foot to calm him down. Oh, sorry. Violence really wasn't the answer, but there were times it was necessary, and that was one of those times. It's usually one of those times. I leaned in close. His eyes widened until I could see my reflection in them. There we go. Now look closely and don't avert your eyes. He could probably feel my breath against his face with every word I spoke. Okay, what the fuck are you gonna do? Then I saw him start to blush and I gloated internally. No matter how tough and cool he thought he was just a naive little boy on the inside. Now, picture Gretel's face.
Huh?
Don't you think we look alike? His hair, for example. He's got the same thick, wavy hair as me. See this? This is our natural hair. Wakarimashita ka? He furrowed his brow, almost like he didn't understand Japanese or something. Do you see what I'm getting at? So I repeated myself in English. I'm going to need an answer out of you, or you're not going anywhere. He smacked my hands away. Good! Glad we have an understanding. I grinned. Behind him, one of his friends started to shout at us, "Go get a room!" And whirled around. And he whirled around to yell at them. I felt bad for humiliating him, but at least now they would hopefully leave Gretel the hell alone. Just then, and then Gretel saw the whole thing, by the way, because that's how that always works. Oh shit. Nothing at all. Hi Gretel. A bone-chilling, icy voice called out from behind me. Oh, hi Gretel. The background music suggests I'm in trouble. I turned to find him standing there, smiling brightly. Then his gaze drifted from me to the group of guys. His tone was carefully restrained. Yet, the utter lack of intonation only made him sound more unhinged. Listen, we all stand an unhinged king. I want to see him go absolutely feral on these dudes. With that, the delinquents backed away from me and hurried off. Hi. What's up? Something about their sudden departure felt strange. I snuck a glance at Gretel beside me. His sigh made me flinch. Are you mad? Oh. Well, oh god, then everything cuts out and I'm very unsettled. I could hear it in his voice. And yet, at the same time, I was just glad to hear him expressing his emotions at all. But I wanted to, I wanted to shank. I had my box cutter and everything. Listen, I was waiting for them to start shit, and then they were gonna get hit. That's the rule. Ignoring them won't work, Gretel. They're your classmates, right? Or are they friends of yours?
まさか。ちょっと生きがった田舎の不良どもです。あんなのをわざわざ相手にしませんよ。
Ah, so like early Katsuki Bakugo. Well, alright then.
で、あいつらに何か嫌なこと言われましたか?
Maybe. I mean, no, not really. I think they were trying to hit on me. This was an obvious lie, tossed out in the spur of the moment.
へえ。
His response was so flat. I got the feeling he'd seen right through it. Well, yeah, because he probably saw the whole thing go down. Should I stop waiting for you out here? My heart ached as I thought back to what Wolfie had said. Helicopter mom. He was completely right, of course. And if I kept up my helicoptering, Gretel might start to think I didn't trust him.
今さら気にしたところで遅いですよ。別に僕も気にしないし、姉さんの好きにしたらいいんじゃないですか?
Jesus, why are there so many gnats in my room? What is happening? Anyways, okay.
ほら、行きましょう。僕たちの家に帰りますよ。
He took my hand and started walking. As I gazed at him, I contemplated my next move. Honestly, it's a good thing that it's like... Oh, Jesus! What the fuck? He pushed me down on the bed and grabbed my ankle. Excuse me, what's happening? This is very sudden. What's going on? Jesus, how many times are you gonna climb on top of me? I was gonna make a comment and no, it's not. We're just gonna pretend I wasn't. I swear I'm not enjoying this. No, not really. I'm not. I promise. I struggled to escape, but he had a firm grip on my leg. I also hate that there's absolutely no sound. Oh my god, do I fight back? I mean, yes, but also, no, but also, I'm trying to play this blind. Normally, I play Otome games with a guide to make sure I don't fuck up, because I'm notorious for fucking up. I don't know, do I fight back? What if I fight back and he gets angry? But then, like, what if I don't fight back and then he does something that I don't like? I'm gonna fight. I would instinctively just fight back.
あんまり暴れないでください。
Oh my god, fuck off.
パンツ見えてますよ。
Then let go of me! Monster!
ええ、そうです。どうせ僕は大
Why
バ
are
カ
you
者ですよ。
so fucking loud in my ears?
安心してください。別にあなたを傷物にする気はありませんから。
I don't trust you! Stupid jerk, I hate you! He lifted my leg into the air, took a green ribbon, and then tied it around my ankle. Excuse me? What is that?
見てわかりませんか? ただのリボンです。
Yes, but why is it on my ankle? It's not cute, it's demonic. I don't know what's going on. I'm really quite upset that this is Gretel's route. I was so excited, and this is what I get instead. Granted, appearance-wise, it looked like any ordinary ribbon, and in that sense, it was pretty, and it was very pretty indeed. But he was using it for some less than pretty purposes. He held the ends of the ribbons in his hands, almost like a bridge between himself and me. Based on the number of times he was wrapping it around my leg, however, this was one really long ribbon.
姉さんのために買ってきたんです。姉さんに似合う色は何だろうって思いなが
I
ら
know!
慎重に選びました。
I hate that it's like a siscon thing. Incest is disgusting. I can't. I mean, I get that they're like, oh, well, it's not really incest if he's adopted, but it's like, is that really accurate though? If he's still calling you sister, I don't know, even like just with like adopted siblings, it's still creepy and gross to me. I'm putting up with it because of the whole adopted thing, but I'm disappointed. It's still upsetting. I don't know, stupid child me in like early high school would probably fucking not care because I was an idiot. But I'm not that much of an idiot anymore. I'm still an idiot, but I'm not that much of an idiot. Adopted with the biggest asterisk because you know they'd drop the... Yeah, absolutely. They would absolutely drop that if they could get away with it. Creeps? Ugh. That's like how in some games they always have like a Shota or a Loli like route, and it's like, no! Leave the children out of it! You disgusting freak! It's like, I get that some people have that disgusting perversion, but don't encourage it. Don't! Blech. Okay. Now I can actually pay attention to what Gretel's saying instead of freaking out about it. Bought it just for you, sister. I gave it a lot of thought, and I wanted to choose a color that would suit you. But why are you wrapping it around my leg so many times?
姉さんはやっぱり白かなって思ったんですけど、僕白い色って嫌いなんですよ。
Yeah, I got my yucks out.
結局僕の好きな色にしてしまいました。
I really hope Kaguya is like this, but not in the disgusting sibling way, just like in just an unsettling way. Yuzu said everything else from here on out is gonna be fucking wild, so I'm hoping that everything is great without the disgusting sibling thing. I'll be good. I'll be good.
たまにはいいでしょ。僕緑って好きなんですよね。
Oh, Ashley's gonna hate that. I used to love green. You're making me second guess myself now. He spoke so quickly I couldn't get a single word in edgewise.
それに材質もこだわったんですよ。これ実はシルクなんです。手触りいいでしょ。結構高かったです。
I don't care.
ちなみに姉さんの手を縛っているものとお揃いなんですよ。
Why do I have them on my wrists too then? Is this my new bondage material? You're gonna use this to tie me to the bed now? Oh.
残念。
I might already be tied to the bed. What are you gonna do with the other half? Oh, you know, tie your other ankle.
どうすると思います？
Oh god, don't actually tie my other ankle. Come on, Gretel. Truth be told, I knew the answer. I just really wanted to be wrong.
あとはこれをこの鳥かごに結びつければ完成です。
Excuse me, the birdcage is coming into play now. Are you shitting me? So you're using it as a shackle?
ピンポーン。大正解です。
Get the fuck out of here. Just go. Just leave. Just fucking leave and never come back. Leave me to rot. His sunny smile was really starting to piss me off. Exactly. Thank you, Yurika, for actually being in alignment with my brain.
どうせここからすぐに出られると思ったんでしょ。どっこい。そうは問屋が下ろしません。これでそう簡単には逃げられませんよ。
He smirked sadistically at me. In response, I hit him with my best comeback. Funny, I don't remember any BDSM in that Harlequin novel.
似たようなもんですよ。本番があるかないかの違いってだけで。
Thank God. I mean, not thank God, but just automatic response. Thank the gods. That's better. I need to get used to that. Anyways, that is a huge difference, considering Harlequin novels are usually always very dirty and smutty. Stop this! I fucking mean it! Oh, my tone grew uncharacteristically sharp, not gremlin-like.
大丈夫です。ほどけやすいようにリボン結びにしますから。
No. That's not what I'm worried about. Now I was shouting. The smile vanished from his face.
姉さんは何が不満なんですか?
I have a problem with the living arrangement. I don't have a...
ですか?
Stop talking, first off. I don't have a problem with living with you. I have a problem with the living arrangement. Oh god. Oh, he's got... Let's stop giving me choices, because I know Mr. Wizard's gonna show up, and it's not gonna be in the good way. He's gonna be like, hey, so... You done fucked up. Yes, I have a problem. I have a problem with the living arrangements. I have a problem with it. My rage started to boil over. Evidently, his... Okay, I thought the music was fading out. I was like, I already fucked up. Evidently, his ongoing mistreatment of me had caused some resentment to build up. Yes, I do! I can't live with someone who would do this to me. Gretel's expression was unreadable. It wasn't clear to me how my statement made him feel, which is all the more terrifying. He averted his gaze for a moment, then muttered to himself.
そうですか.
He rose to his feet. Gretel? Then he dropped the other end of the ribbon. Gretel, thank you. He's gonna lock me in the birdcage. He's gonna shove me in there and then close the door. I was so relieved to see it.
なら
Oh.
僕が出て行きます.
Wait, did I
さ
actually...
ようなら、姉さん.
Did I actually fuck up? Was that the wrong answer? Did I fuck up? Wait, what? A split second later, he turned on his heel and walked straight out of the cabin. Gretel? I leapt up from the bed, but it was too late. Okay, apparently we're going to Kaguya's route tonight. Gretel? Oh my god. He locked me in! You bitch! If you were gonna leave and not come back, the least you could have done is just let me go too. Oh my god. I shouted through the door after him, but the only response was the click of the lock sliding into place. Oh my god. Hastily, I ran to the window, only to just catch the sight of Gretel disappearing into the forest. My mind started to whir. Did he really just leave? Or is he messing with me again? Either way, I can't just sit here. If I'm going after him, I need to get out of these constraints. I wiggled around my fingers until my fingers managed to grab hold of one end of the ribbon. Then I pressed it against the wall, using the surface friction to pull it loose. Sure enough, the shoelace knot swiftly came undone, but my hands were still tied. The knot at the center hadn't budged. Another knot. I knew it. I had paid careful attention to Gretel's hand movements when he had tied it, so I had seen this coming. Next, I walked to the wood-burning stove and twisted my body until I opened the glass window. Gazing at the scarlet flames, I turned around. Then I twisted my body once more, bringing my wrist close to the flame. Just then... Oh. Uh-oh. I heard the sound of something unlocking and fell still. Oh. Hi, I wasn't just untying myself. You left me tied up! What was I supposed to do? Oh, Jesus. Okay, Gretel stormed over to me and yanked me away from the fire. Seizing both my shoulders, he turned me to face him. That hurts! You left my hands tied! What else was I gonna do but try to burn it off? Like, I get it, but dude, fucking... You made this bed. As he shouted, he ran a hand through his hair in frustration. Furrowing his brow, he glared at me. Fucking same, though, bruv. Because of me? What? Not that I wanted him to punch anything, but I was relieved to know he didn't blame me for this. I felt like... it felt like proof that he genuinely had my best interest at heart. Stop. Listen, I just watched a true crime story that involved a lot of Stockholm Syndrome situations, and that's all I can think about now. Then he pulled some star candies out of his pocket and popped them into his mouth. He seemed calmer now. I could no longer sense any anger in his voice. No, I'm okay. Okay. I turned around so he could see. Yeah, I wasn't gonna like shove my hands in the fire. He touched my wrists. Like I said, I wouldn't lie to you. I smirked at him. Yeah, and so do you. Oh, is it that obvious? Mr. Wizard said the same thing.
姉さんは目的のためなら手段を選ばない。自分が傷つくことも恐れない人だ。でも普通しませんよ。自分を縛る紐を焼き切ろうなんて。
Then I must not be normal, because actual me thought of that too. Well, I was in a hurry. I wanted to go after you.
冗談だとは思わなかったんですか。
I couldn't take that risk.
姉さんの世話をする人もいなくなりますしね。
It wouldn't have been a problem if you just left the door unlocked. Pretty much. I laughed. See, I terrified the front desk lady at my hotel because I tried to buy water and soda at 3 a.m. and she was listening to true crime. I mean, listen, nothing good happens after 2 a.m., so I would also be very wary of that. That's pretty funny, though. True crime really makes you start to question every single person around you that you encounter in everyday life. Not that the situation was really that funny, more of a dry, sarcastic laugh, if you catch my drift. Gretel fell silent. He stared at the floor for a while before speaking again.
賢い姉さんのことですから、ここがどこだかなんとなく気づき始めているんじゃないですか。
His voice was quiet. A summer home somewhere? He didn't answer. So I kept talking. We can't keep doing this forever, Gretel. You know that, right? If the rest of the family finds out we ran away from home and stopped going to school, they're going to come looking for us.
探しに来ませんよ。
What? He shot back cold. Why are you so sure?
あの人たちは僕たちを捨てたんです。
I feel like Ryoshi hasn't, and you're just kind of pinning that on him because you guys don't get along. Because Ryoshi's not a bad brother, he's just difficult. But anyways, abandon us? Really?
そうです。
Are you sure? Like, are you sure? I paused to think. Was it possible? Could they have actually abandoned us? Is this truly the story of Hansel and Gretel where we were led into the woods and then left alone? I mean, Hansel, Gretel, children abandoned. Where does the Candy Witch come into play? Is that supposed to be Mr. Wizard and that's why he kind of showed up and was like, oh, hi, I'm here. I don't know. I'm reaching here. But I'm gonna say yes just because of the theme of Hansel and Gretel. So, sure? As much as I wanted to have faith in the rest of my family, Otome games usually don't go that way. I didn't want to believe that Gretel was lying to me either.
姉さんが信じようが信じまいが
Well then why ask
ど
me
うだ
the
っていい
question?
です。
Candy Witch told him to be his sister. And Gretel was just like, huh, sounds like a good idea. Fuck. Oh, gods.
僕は誰かの命令じゃなく 僕のしたいように動きます。
Okay. Can I get like an itinerary for what that is? I was now alone in the main room. After that argument, Gretel claimed he was tired and locked himself up in the bathroom. Quick, time to take his clothes and towel and reverse the situation he did to us before. The sound of running water echoed through the silent cabin. So much for that, I guess. I let out a sigh. Gretel had extinguished the fire himself. For the time being, there was still enough residual heat to keep me warm, but eventually it would fade. As I approached the stove, I could smell the burnt ash. The poor guy had a loud poop. What the fuck? I crawled into bed and curled up into a ball under the blankets. I didn't feel like doing anything anymore. Perhaps I was more exhausted than I realized. As the seconds ticked by, my eyelids grew heavier and heavier. 'Cause there was nothing else to do. Unable to resist, my mind slowly drifted into the darkness. Oh. Flashback! When we arrived home, I caught a whiff of something unpleasant. It reeks of cigarette smoke. I glanced over to find Gretel with a visible grimace on his face.
姉さん、僕は先に部屋に戻ります。
Is it Ryoshi or is it actual parental units that you are avoiding? Oh, okay. I watched him go and then turned and headed for the kitchen. Yep, Ryoshi! What's up, bro? I flung open the door, and sure enough, there sat my older brother Ryoshi, smoking a cigarette. I keep forgetting that cigarettes is like a smell that people don't actually like. I'm nose blind to them because I've been around it all my life. I don't smoke personally, it's just everyone around me does. I don't even think about it. We're home! Tadaima!
Okaeri.
Sorry, that tickled my little weeb heart. He shifted his disinterested gaze away from me and exhaled a cloud of smoke. Right? If he wasn't my actual brother, and like every single game, every single route he shows up in, he's like my actual biological brother. But he would also be a very nice route if we were not related. No smoking in the house. I'm confiscating it. Yeah, he is the actual blood-related brother, and I'm half hoping that continues as a theme. Like, I know I would like a route for him if he is not a brother, but at the same time, I kind of like the continuity. I like having a big bro. I snatched the cigarette away from my bro and I put it out in the sink. Just have candy or something instead.
Ame.
Oh, is he gonna try and eat Gretel's candy? Gretel's gonna fucking shoot you, dude. With his chin resting on his hand, he grabbed a nearby jar of star candies and held it out to me. Aren't those Gretel's?
Ah, so da.
Did you steal them out of his room, or did he keep them down here? Pink, green, pink and green! Hey, it's me! Is there a character in this world who is... Well, he shoots him with a crossbow. I mean, in the first two routes, there wasn't... Ryoshi was the only one related to us. In Cinderella's route, Gretel was Cinderella's brother. And I don't think they made any mention of Ryoshi in Cinderella's route at all. It was just Kaguya who was, like, our butler. But... To answer your question, yes, there's plenty who aren't related to us. It's just in this route, everyone's apparently our family. Except for Wolfie. Wolfie is safe. Wolfie is always safe. I hope. A rainbow of colors sparkled up at me through the glass. Yeah, this is the weird route. I mean, listen, he can eat as many as he wants. I'm not responsible for his cavities. But before I could accept... Oh, time for tension. Gretel walked in as if on cue.
ないと思ったら漁師さん勝手に僕の部屋に入ったんですか
入った
Yeah, why?
よくもまあ悪びれずに言えますねプライバシーの侵害ですよ
俺とお前の間にプライバシーも何もあるわけねえだろ
Why?
あなたがそういう人だからこそ僕はあなたが大嫌いなんですよ
Can I just exit the room? This isn't my... I'm just gonna go. Okay, Gretel left, so Gretel snatched the jar away and bolted from the room. Cool. I didn't want that to escalate any further. I didn't want to be in that. Wait, Gretel! Is gonna chase after him? Nope. Okay, Ryoshi! I snapped at him.
しょうがないだろあいつには監視が必要なんだ
Why? He is doing perfectly fine. I mean, okay, I say he's doing perfectly fine, and then fast forward to the future, and we're kidnapped by him being held captive in a fucking cabin in the woods with a birdcage inside. But other than that, he's doing fine. Supervised. The world felt a little too harsh to use, the word, not the world, the word felt a little too harsh to use against a family member. You could stand to treat him with a little more kindness.
突き放すことも必要だ
From what I was just witnessing, no, I don't think he receives that well. And tough love is actually very bad for mental health. But we're a family.
俺は家族じゃない
Wow.
お前だってそうだろ
Double wow.
お前だってあいつのことを家族として見ちゃいないだろ
We're not talking about me, we're talking about you. Just saying. Ryoshi had seen through my act a long, long time ago.
別にそれはいいお前の気持ちだ好きにしたらいい
Except he's my brother? He calls me sister? That is the mental barrier. Why is everyone not bothered by this? I mean, I get it, but if Gretel isn't aware that we're not siblings, then that means he's grown up thinking of me as a sibling, and that means that we've had him as a brother since we were children. Or does he have amnesia or something? Like, why are you not bothered by this, Ryoshi? I'm very confused. It's not weird that I'm bothered by this, right? I'm not the weird one. Yeah, it's all an elaborate gaslight. Fuck. Honestly, though.
だけどなあいつはお前や親父たちが思うようないい子じゃない
I don't care. No one is perfect. It's fine.
確かに奴の境遇はかわいそうだ構いたくなる気持ちも甘やかしたくなる気持ちもわからなくはない
I'm sensing tea in that sentence that needs to be spilled.
けどそれは歪んだ愛情だ
Again, we're not talking about me.
歪んだ愛情で育てば歪むに決まってる現にあいつにはその兆候が見られる
I'm responsible for his yandere tendencies.
近すぎてもダメなんだ共倒れになったらシャレにならないいいか、これは警告だあいつをあまり甘やかすな依存させるなでないとあいつの中にある攻撃性がいつかお前に向かう日が来るぞ
Oh, is that a hint that there's a true yandere ending here? I was pretending to not pay attention with my ahas until warning of that. Don't whisper in my ear. Okay. I had a feeling you'd be here. Ah, yes, this lake. I found Gretel sitting on a bench nearby the lakeshore. Hi, bro. Or should I say not bro? Also, sorry if you hear smacking every now and then. There are gnats in my room, and every time one lands on my hand, I try to slap it. Anyways, TMI. Can I sit with you?
どうぞ
Yay. He moved the jar of candy beside him to make room for me to sit. Thanks. I plopped down next to him and turned in his direction. You ate all that? I pointed at the jar in his hands.
これを食べると落ち着くんです。イライラとか不安とかそういうの全部どうでもよくなるっていうか。
Is it actual candy or are they drugs? Because it sounds like you just took Xanax or something. His voice was lethargic. Are they drugs? You heard Ryoshi, didn't you? It's not healthy to eat too many.
そうですね。
Plus, if you fill up on sweets, you won't want to eat dinner.
基本的に別腹ですから。
It sounds like he's high. Right. But before I could continue, Gretel cut in.
そんなことより、ここがよくわかりましたね。
I know everything about you, Gretel.
プライバシーの侵害だ。
But we're family! Gretel stabbing me at the end of the yandere route. But we're family! It's like, okay, we're family. Okay, go ahead.
家族でもです。
God, his smile is so cute, though. I fell silent, and then Gretel let out a long sigh and shook his head, and then gave me the most fucking cutest goddamn smile.
まあ、姉さんだけは特別です。許してあげます。
I'm special? Yay! Thank you, oh great and merciful Gretel! I pressed my hands together in reverence.
こういうところがな。
So charming? So cute? Adorable? Gretel let out another exasperated sigh. So what? So Raven? That one was bad. I waited for him to continue. He looked at me for a moment and then... he pinched my nose. Okay.
こういうところがすごく憎たらしいです。
That's the job of an older sister. Listen. What did I do wrong? With my nose pinched between his fingers, my voice came out all nasally. There, you like that exaggeration? Just then, Gretel raised his eyebrows and smiled.
そうだ。姉さん、横になりませんか?
Are you gonna ruin my favorite trope of me laying my head on your lap and it's ruined because we're supposed to be siblings? Here, on the bench? God, don't say on your lap.
膝枕してあげま
Oh
す。
god. Lap pillow. A classic. And yet! Whoa! I wasn't expecting this proposal, and I froze. Then, after a long silence, what's gotten into you, dude? For some reason, I tacked on dude like I was Wolfie.
別にどうしたもこうしたもないっすよ。なんとなくしてほしそうな感じがしたので、言ってみたまです。
Oh. I felt like such an idiot. But also don't feel like an idiot, though, because that's kind of weird. Especially since this is the time frame where you're supposed to think that he thinks you're his sister? I should have made some kind of joke about both of us sounding like Wolfie, but it didn't even occur to me.
不満ですか? ああ、特に必要はないと。
Listen though, it's like I want to because Gretel and I love Gretel, but also the sibling thing. No, I'm definitely interested. Please, no, come on. I'm so conflicted. I begged him desperately.
そうですか。なら、どうぞ。
Oh, come on, really? This does not feel like a victory. Gretel handed me his jar, then indicated his lap in a have at it gesture. Oh my god. I stared down at his thighs.
ほら、早く。
Oh my god. Okay. Hesitantly, I let him guide my head down onto his lap.
どうですか？僕の膝心地は。
Oh, I hate that you do sound closer. Well, it's not very soft. Thick thighs save lives, not your cute little bony skinny ones, I'm just saying.
そりゃプニプニしてたら嫌ですよ。僕はぽっちゃりでも。
Thick thighs are
女の子でも
cute!
ないんですから。
Right. Oh, what? Yeah, I will allow. It's fine. My auto mod tried to ban your message. I'm sorry. I'm still giggling at how my auto mod tried to block the message. Yeah, too over the top apparently. Honestly, this is my first time putting my head in anyone's lap, so I wasn't sure how it was supposed to feel. Plus, I couldn't relax with him staring down at me like that. This is awkward both ways. I'm just saying. It would be it's awkward with my head on his lap. It would also be awkward with his head on my lap. It was okay when I did it with Red because Red wasn't related to me. To be honest, I don't know if this is comfortable or not. I can't really focus. My heart was thumping uncontrollably in my chest.
男にこんなことされたのは初めてですか？
Archer pops up in the background. Phrasing! Anyways, maybe. I answered evasively. Yeah, it would definitely help if he wasn't staring directly at me, but you know, what else is he gonna look at? I'm fucking cute. Why was his tone so flat? I didn't know.
というか、もうちょっとリラックスしたらどうですか？頭浮かせてたら膝枕じゃないですし。
It's just weird though. Ow! He pressed my head firmly against his thigh. Really? Fucking... I think my neck just cracked. You just broke my spine. I can't get up now.
ああ、すみません。
Fucking seriously, Gretel. It's... Okay, I can still feel my toes. Be more comfortable. Wham! Truth be told, it kind of hurt, but not that badly. Am I heavy?
重くないですよ。
What if your leg starts to go numb?
その時は容赦なく振り落としますから。
I mean, that's fair. He smirked at me. I buried my face in my hands and pretended to sob. You monster!
そうですよ。
Bleh. Laughing, he grabbed my hand.
手が冷たい。僕が温めてあげますよ。
Oh my god, stop. This would be so cute if it wasn't for the relationship. Why couldn't we have just been like the best friend trope or like the childhood friends trope or literally any other trope? Because this would have been so much better. I can't stop thinking about the brother situation. Without hesitation, and it's probably getting annoying that I keep bringing it up, but it's bothering me. He entwined his fingers with mine. This was no ordinary platonic hand-holding. Hee hee hee. A doofy smile spread on my face. I'm uncomfortable. I caught myself a moment later, of course, but by then Gretel was already snickering at me.
旗から見たら僕たちが兄弟だなんて思わないでしょうね。
Me? I think I mentioned the brother-sister thing too much. The game keeps mentioning the brother-sister situation. This is why I can't enjoy the scene. Yes, I guess siblings don't really do this stuff, huh? No, they don't. Why is this around?
そうですね。普通は。
Yeah, not normally. Both of us were fixated on the concept of normal. Probably because we knew full well we were anything but.
夜になっちゃいましたね。
Yeah, the days are short in wintertime. I'd almost forgotten what season it was. The winters were always harsh here. Thankfully, it was still early into the season, but it was already fairly nippy outside, yet I scarcely felt it. Was it the warmth of Gretel's hand?
このまま帰れなかったらどうします？
Oh, is this when we decided to run away? Go back where? Home?
そうです。
You don't want to?
質問しているのは僕ですよ。
Oh, right. I guess it depends on you.
は？
If you want to go home, then I'd go with you. If not, then I wouldn't.
一連卓勝ってやつですか。
Till death do us part! Wanna just run away from home together? Oh god, we really did just run away from home together. Hi, Ane! I'm struggling to enjoy what should be a really nice scene. Because siblings.
うわ、悪い誘いだ。
I'm laying on a bench by a lake with him, with my head in his lap, and we're talking about running away together. While he holds my hand. My brother holds my hand. I can't. I was supposed to enjoy this route, but I can't. I love that I'm not the only one who hates it. I'm not the weird one for thinking that this is fucked up. Just drop the whole calling me sister thing, because we're not, like, just stop. If we just don't acknowledge the fact that you're adopted, then it would be probably more bearable. Like, if we don't acknowledge the brother-sister thing, because he's adopted, it would be more bearable. But adoption, still sibling. I don't know. I can't. It's like a fucking mental barricade.
僕を甘い罠にかけてどうしたいんですか？
Who knows? Maybe I'll lure you in and gobble you up. Oh, I'm the witch. Am I the witch? Am I the candy witch?
悪い魔女だ。
I'm the candy witch. Yeah, I know. I giggled. After a while, I noticed Gretel blinking his eyes sleepily. Are you tired, Gretel?
そうですね。少し。
You want to take a nappy nap? In the middle of winter, out by a lake? Want to trade off?
いえ。このままで構いません。
I fucking hate that I would enjoy this moment so much. This is like one of my favorite tropes. And the dialogue, like the voice acting for him just whispering like that just now was so fucking good. He squeezed my hand and closed his eyes. You can take a little nap if you want. I'll wake you in a bit.
僕が眠っている間に置き去りにしないでくださいね。
He's a tired boy. Don't worry. No matter what happens, I won't let go. Reassuringly, I squeezed his hand back.
何があっても本当に
Yakusoku. Yeah.
僕がどんなことをしても
There's the thing. There's the line. That's the biggest red flag of all. No matter what. And I just agree to it like nobody mentioned it.
僕の代わりに
I take it back. That's the bigger red flag. Hello, red flag. Ding, ding, ding. Sure, I'll die for you. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking shitting me? Really? I nodded without missing a beat. Gretel stared at me, eyes wide, then he furrowed his brow. What? And that's where he's like, no, you're supposed to say, I'll live for you.
正直ドン引きです怖いですよ
Red flags on both sides of the conversation. Wow. Rude. The rejection stung.
さらっとそんな重いこと言われても困ります
You started it. Yeah, this guy tied me up in a birdcage. Exactly. And he's calling me creepy? You're the one who asked. I pouted and Gretel averted his gaze.
なんで僕のためにそこまでしてくれるんです
Because I love you. And I do anything for someone I love.
それは他の家族にも言えますか
Honestly, probably not. Probably not. See? Just you, Gretel.
僕だけが特別ってわけですか
Duh. Yep, you're the special exception.
そうですか
He closed his eyes.
漁師さんはまだ僕を疑ってるんですよね僕が誰かを傷つけるんじゃないかそ
And oh, sorry. My brain blanked because when I clicked, I heard the heartbeat, and I read the line and did not say it out loud. My heart skipped a beat, and not in the fun, romantic way. Instead, what I felt was,
姉さんも不安ですか僕のことを疑っています
did you do something to make him not trust you? Do you have a felony? Listen. Have you done something? Do I need to know something?
姉さんが毎日毎日僕と一緒にいるのもあの人に言われて僕を監視しているんでしょ
Listen, it's Otome Le Pen. No, I'm not. I'm just worried about you, Gretel.
同じことですよ心配しているということは不安だってことでしょ
My chest ached.
姉さんは僕のことを特別って言うけどそれはどんな意味で特別なんですか
We aren't allowed to vote. Gretel, with his eyes closed and his voice perfectly level, I couldn't read his emotions whatsoever. What honeyed words could I whisper to sate him? I fell into thought. I love you. You're special to me. In the end, I settled on words of affirmation.
そうですね僕もこうして姉さんから特別扱いされるのは好きかもしれません
Mm-hmm. My brain wants to enjoy that line. My brain wants to enjoy it until you get to that last word. Whoa. Aw, forehead kiss. He bent down and planted a kiss on my forehead. That's cute. I'm sorry, it's cute. Yeah, if he stopped, if we went this whole route and he never once called me sister, I would enjoy it immensely. It would be the best fucking route ever. It would be in my category of literally my dream otome route. But then they decided to put sister in his vocabulary. Real quick though, let's back up to about 6 months ago. At the time, Gretel was still a goody-goody honor student. He got near perfect marks on all his tests, and he excelled at everything he tried. He was always calm, composed, and confident. And those types of genius characters usually take a sharp left turn. According to his teachers, he had an affable personality and knew how to win points with people. Oh good! A psychopath! A charismatic psychopath! Haven't heard of those in true crime. I'm sorry. I've been watching too much Murder Mystery Makeup Monday. For better or worse, his charm was magnetic. Mom, Dad, and I all cared about him very, very much. Gretel! Dad's on the phone. He's asking for you. Here.
ありがとうございます。
はいはい。
もしもし、グレーテルです。はい。はい。僕は元気ですよ。今姉さんと一緒に夕飯を作っていました。ええ、僕は大丈夫ですよ。姉さんがいますし。父さんこそ仕事が忙しいんでしょ。僕は大丈夫です。何も問題はありません。はい。
What did he say?
特に何か不自由はないかって聞かれたので、問題ないと答えておきました。
Sounds like the usual.
ええ、これだけ心配されると信用されてないのかと逆に不安になります。
He just cares about you, Gretel.
そうですね。
そうですよ。Our parents were extremely busy people, but they always made time for phone calls or visits to see how Gretel was doing. Plus, they would buy him whatever he needed to live comfortably. In my eyes, they were doing everything they possibly could for him. Was it 6 months back that he was adopted? Because that would make more sense to be for them to be more comfortable with the whole "you're not actually my sibling" situation. When were you adopted, child? And as for me...
そうだ。姉さん、勉強教えてくれませんか?
Sure. I was willing to do anything if it would help him. I wanted him to have a happy life, so I always made sure to treat him with love and kindness. Was I coddling him? Probably. But he never once questioned it, and as far as I was concerned, I was having a positive effect on his life. So then you take that and do this.
すごい。学校の先生より分かりやすい。
He's absolutely
さすが姉さんです。
He's 100% just like he understands what's going on and he's just humoring me and I'm actually telling him everything wrong, which I would hate. Am I teaching him math? Because if I'm teaching him math, I love math, but I'm honored to be of service. Anything else you need help with?
いえ、今のところは大丈夫です。
And then I walk out of the room and he erases all the work we just did and puts in all the correct answers. You sure?
ああ、僕も姉さんと同じ学校に通えたらいいのに。
I know, it sucks being a year behind me, but that's just how the school system works.
そうですけど、飛び級とかできないのかな。
Sounds complicated, but I think you might be able to make it happen if you went to college abroad.
海外か。それもいいかもしれませんね。
You must really hate community college, huh?
別に嫌いなわけじゃないです。ただ、周りはバカばかりで。
Hi, Yuzu!
レベルが低いっていう。
Alright, thanks for joining! I'll see you next time! But hi, Yuzu! I just had a moment where I couldn't thoroughly enjoy a scene where I got to use Gretel's lap as a pillow because he kept saying the word sister, and my brain immediately puts a stop to enjoying anything like that in a romantic fashion. And it sucks because I love everything else about this route. I 100% understand why you said that you almost didn't do his route when you were first warning me. Okay. Admittedly, Gretel had a bit of a superiority complex, but it didn't really bother me. Gotcha. Well, if you make it into my university, we can go to the same school together. Then we can spend even more time with each other.
そうですね。
Because that's normal. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you, okay?
はい。頼りにしてますよ、姉さん。
If this wasn't his route, if I was romancing someone else and he was literally just my little brother and only my little brother, it would be so fucking cute to hear him call me Ne-san, instead of it making my skin crawl. Our family was a little abnormal, sure, but in my opinion, we were doing just fine. I was sure it would... I was sure it would last forever. But you know, that's an anime cliche, if ever spoken. Until the day it all came crashing down. Oh boy. Am I gonna learn now or do I have to wait? On that fateful day, an incident occurred at Gretel's community college. Oh, I am gonna find out right away. The victim was a student at Gretel's school. Is the victim alive? And the perpetrator was none other than Gretel himself. Yes. Okay. After school, the two of them got into a scuffle, and the other boy was injured so badly he needed stitches. I mean, it's bad, but it's not like murder bad, so... Then, a meeting was called to discuss Gretel's punishment. The result? Suspended for 2 weeks. Our parents decided to have Gretel temporarily isolated in order to undergo a psychological evaluation. Oh. Whoa, excuse me, what was the reason for the altercation? Well, he's very riled up. Gretel! I'm sorry. Most convincing voice acting. Oh. Okay, but I do actually want to go run to him. Stop. No, but that's my baby brother. You can't take him away from me. The two sides of me are at war. One is big sister mode. Other is, why is this my otome route? Ryoshi confined Gretel to a separate, smaller house elsewhere. Ryoshi, why would you lock him up? I was completely against it. I didn't see the need for any solitary confinement. I was sure Gretel could recover just fine at home. Please, let me see him.
ダメだ。今はあいつが落ち着くまで待つんだ。安心しろ。あそこには必要なものはすべて揃っている。
Is he locked up in the isolated house that I am now locked up in? No matter how I pleaded, Ryoshi refused to listen. I wanted to get a look at Gretel's living arrangement for myself, but Ryoshi refused to let me inside. There was nothing I could do. Gretel had asked me to help him, yet I couldn't. Oh! Basically looks like the same house. Just flipped. It is, I mean, it's the same picture but flipped, but still. When I finally saw Gretel again 1 week later, he was completely emaciated. For the first few days of isolation, he had refused to eat or drink anything. Is this why he's addicted to sweets? Are the sweets actually drugs? Was I right when I joked that they were drugs? Gretel, is there anything you need? Anything I can do for you? But he is very high right now. Gretel. Don't cry, okay? I'm here for you. Big sister mode is trying to kick in. That's my baby! I wanted to console him, to put a smile back on his face. I'll protect you, I promise. That's when big sis mode for Yurika turned into helicopter mom mode. After that, Gretel was released from his confinement, and I hovered over him more than ever before. Yeah, so I was right, helicopter mom mode kicked in. Once his 2-week suspension came to an end, I walked him to and from school each day to reduce his responsibilities as much as possible. Fortunately, he returned home in high spirits, and we went back to life as usual, on the surface anyway. But his relationship with Ryoshi had soured even further, to the point that simply being in the same room was enough to ruin Gretel's mood. But why did the altercation occur? One other thing had changed too. He had stopped asking me for help with anything. Don't whisper in my ear. At last, I understood. Oh, I was right! It is his cell! It wasn't just any cabin, it was Gretel's isolation cell. I should have realized it sooner. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Oh, it is blurry. Am I just waking up or was I drugged? Through my hazy vision, I could see Gretel standing there, holding a bright white plate. I had this dream. You were there, and I... Gretel pressed an index finger to my lips. At his prompting, I fell silent. Once he confirmed that I was done talking, he sat down on the bed and started cutting up the pancake on his plate. Ah. He then stabbed a fork full of it and held it up to my mouth. Don't shove it in my mouth. Be gentle. I feel like I needed to save. Listen, I'm just gonna... Ah! Fuck it. Sleepily, I opened my mouth and took a bite. Hum, yum, 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 yum. Pancake. Oh, God. Don't be happy about it, T. Stop! He stroked my hair. Fuck. And then gently fed me another bite, and another, and another. At least he's being gentle this time. Almost like he was nursing a battered baby bird back to health. That was a lot of bees. After I finished my food, Gretel cleared away the dirty dishes. I sat up and looked out the window, or tried to, but the curtains were drawn. Hey, Gretel? Why did you kiss me that one time? You know, when I was resting my head in your lap. Be honest. Well, he fell silent for a moment, then pulled me into a hug. No? Why would I? I'm not opposed to it. Despite the circumstances, I was still receiving a hug from my crush. I'm not. I'm just gonna move on. And then, oh god, then he drew his lips to my ear and whispered, I'm bracing myself. Don't call me out on that. I'm not gonna respond. Shit. I have to respond. Listen. In any other circumstance, the answer would be yes. In this circumstance, I'm going to say yes. Because I'm just gonna try to remove the word sister from the vocabulary. I'm gonna block it out. Yeah.
Hentai.
Right back at you. I accidentally spin the Gretel's face. Hentai, you just blow a raspberry in his face. Just that's what you get. Me? Pervert! I was so flustered I couldn't even form a coherent sentence.
弟の僕に抱きしめられて嬉しいって。しかも、こんな状況でよく言えるなぁと、姉さんのその神経の図太さに感心しました。
You're the pervert, actually, because I can enjoy a hug in a perfectly platonic way. Just ask Ashley. I hug her all the time. I'm not a pervert because I like hugs. You started it. I'm defending myself against the video game. Yeah, 100%. Can't confirm. Best hugs. Actually, Ashley, will you come over and hang out with me for a weekend? Because I want cuddles and scary movies. And I have the D&D movie. I want to go watch it again. Anyways, my voice escalated into a scream. I wanted to push him away, but he refused to budge. Now, who's the hentai? So instead I flailed my legs, but he just pinned them down with his own. Again?
そうでした。僕が姉さんを閉じ込めてるんでした。つまり、僕はド変態ってことですね。
At least you acknowledge it. He let out an affable chuckle, but this was no laughing matter.
けど、
He lowered his voice.
兄弟でも何でもない他人が抱きしめ合ってるのってどうなんでしょうね。
Oh, I mean, when did you figure out you weren't related to me? I froze, eyes wide. I mean, come on. I couldn't speak. My lips trembled, but no words came. I felt like his icy gaze had turned me to stone. A long moment passed as we gazed into each other's eyes. Then, at last, I found my voice. You knew?
そりゃもちろん。
His tone was casual.
ついでに、姉さんが僕のことを好きだってことも知ってます。
I mean, she
も
didn't...
ちろん、恋愛的な意味で。
She didn't do a very good job of hiding it. She thinks she did, but she didn't. I turned and dove under the blanket, pulling it up over my head, cause that'll stop him. Yep, but Gretel yanked it right back off me. See, I told you. Fucking wimpy-ass defense.
姉さん、こっちを向いてください。
Stop. Not in my ear. I curled into a ball and shook my head.
どうしてですか?
Because now I'm suddenly nervous. I'm sorry.
なんで謝るんですか?
Stop whispering in my ears. Come to think of it, maybe it was silly to apologize. If anything, he should apologize to me. But my apology was a gut reaction.
僕の顔を見てください。
I can't! I answered in a tiny voice.
僕に可愛い姉さんの顔を見せてください。
Trying to remove the word sister from that. He spoke softly, like he was consoling a child.
僕を見て。
This time he spoke sharply, commanding me in my brain. But still I refused. Oh god. Leave me alone. He grabbed my shoulders and turned me in his direction, then cupped my chin and tilted my face up. Oh!
キスしたかって？そりゃ姉さんを特別扱いしたからですよ。
I shouldn't be enjoying this. I...
あなたを甘やかしたかったんです。僕のことを好きならキスされたら嬉しいだろうなってサービスです。
Fan service? Really? Yeah, was that it?
特別扱いの特別は恋愛感情だった。
I mean, yeah.
姉さんは隠し方が下手なんですよ。それともあのあからさまな態度の数々はわざとですか？常々そういうところがムカつくなって思ってたんです。姉さんのことは基本的には尊敬してますし大好きですが、そういうところは大嫌いです。僕が言わずとも大体のことは察してくれるくせに、なんでそういうところだけは徹しきれないんだろうって。
Because I'm an otome game protagonist and they never realize it until it's spelled out for them for the sake of the reader?
僕だって何度も何度も姉さんを愛そうと思いましたよ。
And how did that turn out?
いや、違う。愛してはいるんです。
Oh god, stop.
僕は姉さんを愛してる。しようと思えばキスもできるし、セックスだってできる。
If you could just say that without calling me sister, if you could say that calling me by my name, that would be like a million times better. Like a million, like you have no idea. Like a bajillion times better. Gasp. I let out a small as he cuts my... Oh, Jesus, stop! Stop! I'm gonna move on.
僕は姉さんが好きです。
Oh my god.
姉さんを愛しています。
Oh my god. What is happening?
別に恋人になったって何もおかしくはない。誰も非難しない。誰も咎めない。
They would if you kept calling me sister!
だって僕たちは血がつながっていないんですから。でもダメなんだ。ダメなんですよ。姉さんだってわかるでしょ。
Did they literally go this route because it was the only way that they could do the whole forbidden romance option? The only way they could think of it? Is that why this is the way that it is? Is that why they did this? Is this why they ruined Gretel's route for me with the sibling situation? Oh, he's crying. I felt a drop of liquid hit my cheek. And when I opened my eyes, I found Gretel above me, crying.
姉さん。
Oh, listen, stop.
僕は姉さんだけには捨てられたくない。
con, forbidden romance, and abandonment issues. That's a good mix. I let out my 24th sigh of the day. I was indeed keeping track. No! Hey, Wolfie.
らしくねえっすよ。いつものおちゃらけたアリスちゃんはどこ行ったんすか。
Wolfie shook my shoulders, derailing my train of thought.
あれてか珍しい。すぐに帰らねえんすか。グレーテルの野郎を迎えに行くんじゃねえんすか。
I decided I'm not gonna do that anymore.
へえ。
His eyes widened as he murmured in surprise. I paused my contemplation and decided to have Wolfie answer a question on behalf of the entire male gender. Do guys kiss girls they aren't interested in?
できる。
Well, he grinned from ear to ear. I don't think that was appropriate, but you know what? Fair. Okay then. I didn't feel like making any catty quips, so I let it go. He didn't represent all men, just the horny wolves. Thus, it was a mistake to ask him in the first place. Also fair. After Wolfie and I went our separate ways, I thought long and hard about last night. Why did Gretel do that? Last night, while I was resting my head in his lap, he leaned down and kissed me. Correction, he kissed your forehead. That is a completely different type of kiss and can still be done platonically. But what did it mean? Then again, he just gave me a little peck on the eyelids at most. Any family member would do that. You clearly said forehead last time. The thought made my heart race, and I abruptly stopped and crouched down into a ball right where I was. Do family members kiss each other's foreheads? Maybe in other countries? No, surely there's no way this could be taken as a platonic kiss anywhere in the world, even between family. Yurika, you're an idiot. In this moment, not so much for the scene that she's thinking of, but forehead kisses can be platonic. And I don't know why I'm arguing with the video game again. Personally, I couldn't see myself kissing anyone except someone I was in love with. But just as I hit sigh number 25... Uh-oh. It was the gang of delinquent boys from yesterday. The way they sneered at me set me on edge. Can I help you? I rose to my feet and looked around. School was out for the day and there were plenty of students around. Confident they wouldn't try to pull anything, I donned a smile. Nope, no thanks, bye. Sorry, but I'm busy. So I tried to walk past them, however, one of them grabbed me by the arm. Alright, Yurika, grab your box cutter, let's go. Let's cut a bitch. It was the leader guy I had messed with. Stop. I scowled at him in disgust. Keep this up and I'll make a scene. Excuse me? He who? What did you do to him? I yanked my arm out of his grasp. They could be lying, though. You don't have any proof? Show me a photo of Gretel with today's newspaper. They all exchanged a glance. What did you do? I repeated myself, more firmly this time, as I stared directly into their eyes. I'm telling you, Yurika, fucking whip out that box cutter!
だからちょっとばかり痛い目見てもらおうと思って呼び出したんだ。で、 ちょっとボコったら泣いて謝ってあんたの名前呼んでんの。今俺らの仲間があんたの弟を可愛がってるよ。
Oh, he does have proof.
ほらこれが
On the small rectangular phone screen, I could see a guy who looked like Gretel getting kicked in the gut. It was dark, and I couldn't get a good look at his face, but he appeared to be tied to a tree. Oh. Alright. I figured out why we're in hiding. I went to save Gretel, and then the two of us teamed up and murdered all of these Yankee kids. And now we're on the run. That's why we're in hiding. Each time they kicked him, he let out a painful groan and shouted, "Sister." So, he's in a forest. The closest forest by the lake. At this, one of the boys started to look my way, and I took this to mean I was right. Oh. Oh, Jesus, a taser! But as I started to shout, however, I heard the crackle of electricity and a sharp pain rushed along my spine.
静かにしなよ。別に俺たちだってあんたを無理やり連れて行きたいわけじゃないんだ。
Then someone moved around behind me and pressed something hard against my back. Oh, boy. My whole body broke out into a cold sweat as my heart pounded in my chest. But I kept a straight face to conceal my internal panic. What are you planning to do with me once we get there?
別に何も。ただ、可愛い弟を迎えに行ってやらないとね。姉さん。
Violence would solve everything if you just stabbed them like I told you. I'm not your sister.
それはあいつもだろう。
That's not for you to decide.
あいつは全部知ってるよ。あんたが実の姉どころか義理の姉ですらないってことも。自分とは全くの他人なんだって。
Because that's how relationships with other people work. If you're not immediate blood family, then everyone's strangers. You guys are all strangers to me. You're not my friends, you're just strangers. So what? The icy sneer fell from his face and he raised his eyebrows. Evidently, he wasn't expecting me to be so unruffled. Meanwhile, I was debating whether to start shouting again. As I looked around, I made eye contact with several passers-by on the street. But the delinquents glared at them until they left. This was very clearly a trap. But I couldn't just let these thugs beat Gretel black and blue. Fine. I'll go with you. Now where are we going? I had a bad feeling about this, but I didn't have a choice. Now that I had agreed, one of them grabbed me by the arm again. Relax. I don't need you to escort me. I'm not going anywhere. As I shook them off, someone let out a whistle. Then, my cell phone started to ring inside my book bag. Someone shoved me from behind and I stumbled forward. Then, the leader took my phone out of my bag and powered it off.
これは没収ね。
Wow, bad timing. That was probably Gretel calling me because it was not him in the video. As I walked, I began to drop the items from my bag one by one. It's the trail of breadcrumbs! Being as quiet as possible so they wouldn't notice. It was a risky move, but this way, if something happened to me, perhaps someone could follow the trail to my location. The delinquents brought me to a deserted part of the forest. The sun had already set, and the branches blocked out any remaining light until I could scarcely walk without a flashlight. My brain was screaming at me not to go any further, but with my captors on all sides, I was boxed in. Besides, I couldn't leave until I made sure Gretel was still alive. I came to an abrupt stop, and the guy behind me crashed into me. Where is he? To answer me, the boys all pointed their flashlights at the base of one particular tree. There, someone who looked like Gretel was tied to a tree, just as I'd seen in the video. He appeared to be unconscious. Are you okay? I dashed up to him and peered into his face. Yeah, I fucking knew it wasn't gonna be Gretel at all! This was a trap. Of course it was a fucking trap. Get out your fucking knife, Yurika. I tried to bolt, but someone grabbed... Honestly, it would have been funnier if she had seen from a distance that it wasn't Gretel, and then when she runs over like, are you okay? She just runs past the tree and just keeps running. I tried to bolt, but someone grabbed me and tried to pull me into, put me in a full Nelson. Summoning all of my strength, I pushed him away as hard as I could. I attempted to use this window of opportunity to get away, but then Gretel stood up and grabbed my arm. No! Desperate to break free, I used my other hand to punch him, but the other guy, the one I shoved, yanked my hair and slammed me to the ground. Oof. I was gonna say oof as in like yikes, and then she said oof as in she hit the fucking ground, so. The sharp pain made me grunt. But I had no time to lose. Enduring the pain, I tried to get up, only to get the wind knocked out of me as someone kicked me in the gut. Unable to bear it, I collapsed face down on the ground, and then someone yanked me up by the hair, raising my head. Ow. With a sadistic grin, the boy slapped me across the face. The sharp impact across my cheek knocked me back to the ground. Fear had taken over my mind. I started to tremble. For the first time, I realized I'm going to die. Yep, someone help me! I'm not gonna actually scream that because there are other people in the house, but I screamed as loud as I could. But my body was shaking too hard to produce much of a sound. Their laughter echoed through the forest. I tried to crawl away from them on my hands and knees. This is why you carry a knife. He grabbed me by the collar and flung me onto my back. Oh, Jesus. Then someone shone a flashlight into my eyes, blinding me. That really did hurt my eyeballs. Stop. But my desperate plea only seemed to further fuel their sadistic desires, because things started to escalate. Oh boy, in what fucking way did they start to escalate? I think we can all imagine. I tried to back away, but the leader straddled my legs, pinning me in place. Stop it, you asshole! He tried to pin my arms down, so I dug my nails in, but he quickly pinned my wrists together with one hand. Next, he reached for my mouth. I bit his hand as hard as I could. Fear was telling me that if I didn't fight back, they were going to make me wish I was dead. Yeah, just fucking draw blood. Let's go! Sparks flew behind my eyelids. The leader had grabbed me by the collar and punched me in the face. I felt warm liquid trickling out of my nose and realized I was bleeding. My vision pitched sideways and my consciousness started to fade, but I bit my lip and used the pain to keep myself awake. The taste of copper spread inside my mouth. That's why you should have cut a bitch. The leader reached a hand under my top. Disgusting. Don't fucking get... Okay, I'm gonna have to put a fucking disclaimer warning on this episode. I wanted to scream, but could only manage a groan. I tried to resist by flailing my limbs, but he was far stronger than I was. At this point, there was nothing else I could do. No matter what cunning plot I came up with, I couldn't put it into action. Goosebumps prickled up my arms as his warm breath brushed my neck. Ugh. I could see his brightly dyed hair bobbing up and down. I closed my eyes and tried my best to shut out reality. Real police? Like, real police and not fake police like in the first game? All of a sudden, a voice rang out. I opened my eyes and squinted against the blinding bright light. At his command, he and the rest of his gang took off running. Oh, shit. The owner of the voice came running over to me, bringing his light with him. What? The goodest boy? Wait. happened. My boy is here and everything is okay now. Oh, Red, I've missed you. Oh, I missed you so much. Red. As I sat up, I could feel the aches and pains all over my body. He's right there. He's right there. I could kiss him. Oh. I'm so fucking happy right now. Hey, Red, my boy. Oh. I love it. I love it. I love to see him. I love to see it. There he is. The boy. Ugh. And apparently he doesn't have the trauma of touching women because he's handling this just fine. Red crouched down and put a hand on my shoulder for support. Unlike those delinquents, his touch didn't trigger visceral disgust. He also sounds way different. He sounds more professional and adult. He took one look at my face and stared, wide-eyed. Okay, no, now he sounds the same. But he definitely sounds more professional. Hanging my head, I reached out and clutched at his riding hood. Oh. My body was still shaking. After a brief moment of hesitation, he gently put his hand on mine. Is he actually a cop in this one, though? Is he really a cop? Is he a real policeman? Does he really have a job this time? The nightmare was over, and I was saved. The dam burst, and tears poured down my face. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks to his route as soon as he started stammering. Oh my gosh. And there's the cowl. He pulled off his riding hood and put it on me. My vision was now blocked out with scarlet, but I could still feel his arm around me. Oh, the goodest boy, the bestest baby. After that, Red escorted me home. I thought we were going to the hospital. Oh, okay, yeah, he tried. There's the answer. He tried several times to convince me to go to the hospital, but I didn't listen. I only wanted to go home. When we arrived at my house, no one was there. With Red's blessing, I went straight to the bathroom and took a shower. The steam made my scrape sting, but I didn't care. I wanted to be clean again. Listen, I don't blame you. The warm water washed all the dirt and grime away. After I finished my shower, I put... Excuse me, I thought I was gonna hiccup. After I finished my shower, I put on some clean clothes and returned to the living room. There, I found Red waiting with a first aid kit. Okay. Are you gonna take a statement from me if you're actual cop man? I sat in the chair as instructed. He handed me the makeshift ice pack. Then he opened the first aid kit and took out some disinfectant and gauze. No, thank you for asking for consent. Yes, you may. With my consent, he took my hand. No, I'm okay. He's right here. He's just right here. It's just my boy. He's right here. I'm so happy to see him. Look at his cute face. I'm sorry, Red. I know this isn't your route, but can I kiss you? Can we pretend it's your route? I miss him so much. He took my other hand and raised both my arms straight up into the air. No. He slowly rotated my arms, occasionally pausing to ask me about any pain.
腕は擦り傷だけのようですね。
Next, he examined my legs, and so on and so forth. Now that I think about it, how did he find me anyway? He averted his gaze as he knelt before me.
たまたまあなたの持ち物が落ちているのを見つけて、嫌な予感がして追ってきたんです。
Hell yeah. The breadcrumbs saved me.
森の中は私の得意分野ですし。
You look very tired. Are those bags under your eyes? Excuse me, Red, are you sleeping well? Oh, I see.
あれはわざとあなたがやったんですよね。
Yes.
傷ついたあなたに今言うべきことではないのかもしれませんが、そこまで分かっていながらなぜ彼らについていったんですか？何をされるのか予想がつかなかったわけではないでしょう。
Whoa. Flashback to episode 1.
狼なんです。間一髪間に合ったからよかったものの。
I could tell from the tone of his voice that he was sincerely concerned for me. I know, I'm sorry. But despite my apology, I didn't actually regret going with them. I do! I regret it! Even if they had assaulted me, I could have accepted it as long as it meant Gretel was unharmed. I can understand that train of thought, but I regret. If there was even a 1% chance of healing him, I would have taken any risk, even if it put my life in jeopardy. That was just the kind of girl I was. But I should have taken steps to hedge my bets, as it were. After that incident, I now knew that I didn't stand a chance against multiple armed attackers. Time to carry weapons! At all times! And I'm not talking about pepper spray, I'm talking about actual weapons. I mean pepper spray too, because that'll help, but... In exchange for that knowledge, I merely had to endure some pain and fear and shame. Thinking about it that way made it a little easier to bear.
すみません。
Yes, Ashley, yes.
誰だって怖いですよ。
Knife.
それなのに配慮のない発言をしてしまいました。
No, you're right. I'm partly to blame for what happened. Sorry for scaring you, and thank you for saving me. I smiled weakly. Red looked up at me a moment, and then pulled his hood his hood low over his eyes.
いえ、
Oh, baby, I love you.
顔を見たいのでしばらくの間目をつむっていてもらってよいですか？
As requested, I closed my eyes. Then I heard Red heave a sigh of relief.
触りますよ。
Okay. Okay. He pulled the ice pack away from my face and gingerly touched my wound.
痛いですか？
Feels like it's throbbing a little. Next, he checked my lower eyelids and my upper eyelids.
幸い目は傷ついてないようですね。私の声は正常に聞こえますか？
No tinnitus, thankfully.
耳鳴り
Oh, oops, sorry. No, I can hear you.
鼓膜も異常なしと。とりあえず目立った外傷は顔の傷と手のひらと足のかすり傷のようですね。
He grabbed the gauze and disinfectant off the table and set about patching me up.
他にどこか痛いところはありますか？
No. Oh, but I got kicked in the stomach. When I stripped down for my shower, I had noticed a bright red bruise there. Wanna see?
いえ、いいです。
I miss you, Red. I miss you so much. Blushing beet red, he hastily declined, still shy around the girls. I burst out laughing. And being with Red helped me forget all about that miserable experience. See, even in this timeline, we fall in love. Sorry, Gretel, but you're my brother. He looked at me curiously. What?
いえ、意外と元気そうと言いますか。
I know, I'm a weird one. In response, I spoke with a tone of forced cheer. Well, I can't change the fact that it happened. All I can do now is accept it, get over it, and start planning for the future. Sounds like she's bottling up some stuff. Besides, you scared them away before they could do anything really awful. Normally, this is the part where I'd wink playfully, but with my swollen cheek, I knew it wouldn't have the desired effect. Red looked at me intently for a moment, then dropped his gaze to the floor.
あなたは強いですね。ですが、無理はしないでください。あなたは確かに人より強いのかもしれませんが、か弱い女性でもあるのですから。
You think I'm a delicate flower? As I turn around and stuff weapons into my bag. That seems kind of contradictory. I snickered. But I knew he was only trying to be compassionate in his own way. Thank you, Red. After I expressed my gratitude yet again, he returned to his examination. As he applied the gauze to my cheek, Goodness, hiccup. I decided to ask him something that was on my mind. Come to think of it, do you know those boys?
近所の不良学生ですよね。森の中で隠れてタバコを吸っていたり、酒を飲んでいるのを目撃したことがあります。
Oh, I see. Maybe that was their hangout spot. Red furrowed his brow at me.
まさか復讐しに行くつもりでは。
If you're an actual cop, the answer's no. If you're a fake cop, the answer is no? As I'm stuffing a knife into my backpack? No, don't worry. I won't do anything dangerous. I denied it with a smile, but Red's serious expression didn't waver. I donned a serious expression of my own. Sorry, a train is distracting me. Those guys seem to have a bone to pick with Gretel.
グレーテルとですか。
He's my brother! Have you heard anything?
いえ。彼は頭が良いですし、そういった輩と付き合うとは思えません。
Yeah.
ですが。
ですが。
以前彼が起こした暴行事件。
Oh,
それに
where
何
we
ら
had
か
to
の
lock
関
him
係
up in
があるかも
the...
しれませんね。
Was the person he had an altercation with like one of their friends? Click. There we go. Jesus. This train is long as shit. I'm sorry, my Abby's gonna freak out. I sank deep into thought. If these two things were connected, then perhaps Gretel's victim was a member of this delinquent gang.
ミス・アリス、あまり気にしない方がいい。
Who can I talk to learn more about these punks?
ミス・アリス
Red! He reprimanded me sharply, and I reprimanded him right back.
あなたはひどい目に遭ったばかりでしょう。そういうことは警察に任せて。あなたはしばらくは何も考えず、ゆっくり休んでください。
Ashley, Yuzu, pack my knife while he's not looking. The police? Then realization hit me. You have to file a report about this, don't you?
当たり前です。彼らがやったことはれっきとした犯罪行為です。罪をですが、とりあえずまずは病院に。
And then Gretel walks in. Be honest. How bad is my face?
Huh?
Is it super obvious I got punched in the face? Yeah, I would think so.
それは。
He hesitated. Gretel's gonna fucking lose his shit. When I saw my swollen face in the bathroom mirror, it made me want to cry. Honestly, I didn't even want Red to see me like this. But crying wouldn't fix anything. I couldn't change the past. I could only plan for the future. I grabbed Red's arm and begged him. If you see Gretel, please don't tell him what happened, okay? I don't want him to know.
なぜですか？彼が事件に関係があるとあなた自身分かっているはずでは。
Cause he's gonna lose his fucking shit, dude! That's exactly why. Before I knew it, I was rambling. If he finds out they hurt me, there's no telling what he might do. Like you said, Gretel has a bit of a checkered past, and if he acts out again, he might not be able to redeem himself. He wants to go to the same college as me, and if he causes another incident, they might not accept him. So please, whatever you do, don't tell Gretel a single thing about what happened today. Eventually, Red gave in to my pleading.
それは分かりましたが、あなたはこの先どうするつもりですか？
For now, I'm gonna keep my distance from Gretel until my injuries heal. After that, one look at me and he'll after all, one look at me and he'll instantly know something bad happened.
どこに行くつもりですか？
Oh, did I go to the cell, like on purpose? Did I go there to hide from him? I started to say Ryoshi's house, then changed my mind. I'll get a hotel room or something. Luckily for me, we have a lot of those in this town. Then I'll have Mom and Dad tell Gretel I left to stay with them in the city for a while.
彼は信じるでしょうか？
It won't matter if he believes it. I'll already be gone. And he's actually probably on the other side of a door listening to this. And if he calls my phone, he'll know that I'm okay.
学校はどうするんですか？
I won't be able to attend class for a while, but it hardly matters at this stage. My main priority is keeping this hush-hush. Now that I was committed to a plan of action, I couldn't just sit around. I left Red in the living room and ran upstairs to my bedroom. Well, now we know why I went into hiding. I'm pretty sure Gretel knows what's going on. I came straight home in order to avoid making a huge scene, but that was a mistake. The longer I stayed, the more likely I'd run into Gretel. I flung some clothes into my suitcase at random and then headed out of my room. Oh. Oh shit.
なんで？
Oops. 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 Oops! Oops! There he is! Ruh-roh! Hi. Can you imagine the seriousness of the scene and that's how Yurika actually reacts though? It's just, oops! And he's just like, the fuck? Listen. But when I opened the door, Gretel was waiting for me on the other side. Did he... Oh god.
その顔どうしたんですか？
His expression was stiff. Oh, this? I tripped and fell. I purposely replied in a jokey, lighthearted tone.
誰にやられたんですか？
No. Mm-mm. Not a soul.
嘘だ。
Of course I'm lying. No, but no, I'm not. I'm not lying.
姉さん！
He snapped sharply. It's nothing, okay? It's nothing. It's fine. It's nothing. Oh, that face. Oh, I put my arms around him to console him. Seeing it up close is a little unnerving.
姉さん。
Oh god, it's okay, Gretel, baby, honey, sweetie. There's nothing to worry about. Oh god, he's gonna snap. Gretel. But Gretel grabbed me by the shoulders and pushed me away. His eyes were narrowed piercingly. My body froze in fear. Did he just snap? Did we... Gretel? Gretel? Wordlessly, he grabbed me by the arm and dragged me back into my room. Gretel, wait! Okay. Then he pushed me down on the bed and started prodding all the areas where Red had patched me up. My cheek, my arms, my palms, and lastly my thighs. Every time he touched a sore spot, my body shivered.
やっぱり何かされたんですね。
Gretel?
頬がひどく腫れてる。それに手足も擦り傷だらけだ。
Breathe. Breathe.
手首にもうっすらと手の跡が残ってる。それに
Jesus, without hesitation, Gretel hiked up my top. Yeah, because the massive bruise on my stomach, so... Oh, I'm sorry, that face is really freaking me out. As I felt the air against my skin, goosebumps broke out all across my body. Or whatever.
全部誰かに殴られた跡だ。
This is where you just clap his cheeks, just smack him and hold. So like you slap some sense into him, but also hold his face. So you just slap and hold, and I don't know. Hopefully, try to talk him out of it. He's freaking out, and he's freaking me out.
されたんですか？
No.
誰かにレイプされたんですか？
No. I'm not shouting that out loud, but no, I wasn't raped. I denied it at the top of my lungs. I wasn't. I'm fine.
なら何をされたんですか？なんで姉さんがこんな目に遭わなければならなかったんですか？
I brought it upon myself, that's all.
自業自得って何ですか？
Oh, Jesus.
優秀な姉さんが自業自得なんてそんなことあるわけない。
It's freaking me out. He's freaking me out. This is gonna be the new thumbnail. He's freaking me out. Just look at that face. Tell me he's not freaking you out. Tell me that doesn't freak you out. If you say it isn't freaking you out, you're lying. It's fucking creeping me out, dude. I'm not as perfect as you think I am, Gretel.
なんで僕には言ってくれないんですか？赤ずきんさんには言ったんですよね。あの人には言えて僕には言えない理由って何ですか？
Because he's police? I mean, it's not that.
何が違うんですか？
God, Jesus.
僕のせいですか？僕のせいで姉さん
No, no, no,
姉さん
no,
は
no.
なら言ってください。僕のためを思うなら誰に何をされたか正直に言ってください。
I knew I was trapped. Nevertheless, I lied without batting a lash. On my way home, a stranger tried to pull me into their car, but Red rescued me.
本当に？
Yep, that's the whole truth and nothing but. Yep.
ならなぜすぐに警察に行かなかったんですか？
I did. See? I'm all patched up. I gestured to the bandages Red had applied for me.
嘘だ。
Oh god, stop. No, I...
救急箱にあったガーゼと消毒液が減っていました。
Oh my god, please. This is legitimately freaking me out right now.
嘘をつかないでください。
Is it bad I'm thoroughly enjoying being freaked out right now? I'm sorry. Yandere's are my favorite because of the fucking fear. He hung his head and started to tremble. Gretel. His tears fell onto my chest. Reflexively, I reached out to touch his cheek, but instead, he kissed the back of my hand?
姉さん。
Hello?
姉さん。
Oh god.
姉さん。 さん。
Oh my god, stop.
かわいそうな姉さん。こんなにボロボロにされて痛かったですよね。怖かったですよね。
I mean, yes, but this is also kind of scary.
なのに僕が助けてあげられなくてごめんなさい。
I'm starting to think it might have been better to just tell him and let him go feral on the punks.
姉さん。
He pulled me tight against his chest and began to sob. Okay. I'm gonna consider this him calming down. The back of my throat burned like it was on fire, as did the corners of my eyes. But I fought desperately to contain my tears. I couldn't let myself be weak in front of him. After a long embrace, Gretel slowly pulled away. His eyes were red and puffy.
姉さん、これを食べてください。嫌な思い出を。
Is he gonna give me some of his drugs? Are you giving me drugs? Is it the star candy drugs? Is that it? Are you giving me the laced conpeto? Gretel? The next thing I knew, Gretel was holding a jar in his hands. As the tears rolled down his face, he smiled and opened the lid. Slowly, I shook my head. I couldn't escape. I was still pinned down beneath him.
大丈夫です。少しの間眠っていてもらうだけですから。
Is this the immediate scene that leads into the kidnapping? Is this what happens? With that, he popped a few star candies into his mouth and kissed me. Okay. Well, that's one way to make me eat it, I guess. Oh god. It's not in my ears! Excuse me. Sorry. Not in my ears. Thank you. I tried to pull away, but he wedged my lips open with his tongue and pushed the candy in. Well. A long, long kiss followed, but by the time we finally came up for air, never mind, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. We're gonna just go. Despite the circumstances, it was enough to set my body aflame, because, you know, I'm romantically attracted to my brother not brother. It still disturbs me. Evidently, Gretel felt the same way, but somehow I could see darkness in those damp eyes and flushed cheeks. Oh god. Stop. No. I can't handle that right now. After that, he administered his medicine again and again. Am I gonna just OD on the conpeto?
姉さん、すみません。僕たちは兄弟なのに、こんなことして。
Okay.
でも、今日だけは特別です。
Just kinda
特別なこと、好きでしょ?
wish I had something stronger to drink. Yeah. I wish I had a drink, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna have to start bringing alcohol to this stream. This probably would have been more enjoyable if it wasn't the whole Nesan situation. My mind started to go fuzzy as an intense wave of drowsiness washed over me.
大丈夫。そのまま眠気に身を沈ませていれば、今日あったことも
His eyes look
全部夢だ
freaky
と
to me
思う
for
よ
a
うにな
second.
りますよ。
I would have enjoyed everything about this so much more if it weren't for that one tiny detail.
これは嫌な夢 悪魔が見せた悪い夢です。目が覚めたらまた一緒に楽しく暮らしましょう。
And then am I gonna wake up in the isolation cabin? He gave me one last peck on the lips. Then the jar slipped out of his hands. Red, blue, green, yellow, a rainbow of colors scattered all over the bed and floor, as if the room had transformed into Candyland. Gretel. He left me there and ran out of the house. I could barely think straight, but I chased after him nonetheless. At one point, I stuck a finger down my throat and tried to clear my stomach. I mean, that's how I feel about this. I tried again and again, but nothing came up. Tears flowed down my face and fell to the floor. I knew this would happen. Did he go murder the delinquents? Did he figure it out? And I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be opposed to if he did something to them. Oh, hi Ryoshi! It's my actual brother. Hi, what are you? Oh, am I in a hospital? Well, you know, this is gonna have to be where I leave it, because I just looked at the clock and realized that I have work in the morning. So, well, thanks for joining me on that adventure. Yeah, that's enough Gretel for one day. That apparently didn't immediately lead into the isolation cabin. But we did see Gretel lose his shit. And probably snap. That was probably the turning point. And maybe next week we find out what immediately led into us going into the isolation cabin. And why no one has checked for us there yet. Maybe I volunteered to go in there, or maybe I did something and I had to go in there and Gretel's like, I'll stay with you. But maybe I got revenge on the delinquents and they had to quarantine me. But yeah, so we'll figure that out next week. It is ungodly quiet. So I'm gonna say thank you all for joining. I hope to see you next week on the next Oto Monday. I also hope to see you guys on Thursday for what might be the last of World's End Club, and then we will move into maybe Deathmark. But in the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. I love you all. Whether you're watching this live or afterwards on Twitch or YouTube, it's fine. If you are watching on YouTube, maybe leave a like if you're enjoying it. Maybe leave a comment. Maybe suggest something you want to see. I don't know. But yeah. Thanks for the fun. Good night, guys. I love you. Bye.